There once was a man named Daniel. Daniel believed in one simple rule. If you are not excellent, you are invisible. He didn't learn this from a book. He didn't hear it spoken out loud. He felt it. As a child, he was praised when he achieved something. Good grades meant attention. Winning meant approval. Being the best meant feeling valued. So he made a quiet promise to himself. I will always be the best. Years passed. Daniel became disciplined, focused, reliable. He built a stable career. He stayed in shape. He dressed sharply. He spoke carefully. From the outside, he looked confident. But inside, he was constantly measuring himself. If someone performed better at work, he felt smaller. If a friend earned more money, he felt behind. If someone younger succeeded faster, he felt threatened. He smiled. He congratulated them. He said the right words. But inside, he felt like he was losing. Not because he hated others, but because he feared being ordinary. In his mind, ordinary meant forgettable, and forgettable meant unimportant. No matter how much he achieved, it never felt like enough. There was always someone ahead. Always someone smarter, stronger, more talented, more confident. He began waking up tired. Not physically tired, mentally tired. Tired of trying to be almost perfect. One evening, he gave an important presentation. He had prepared for weeks. Halfway through, he lost his train of thought, just for a few seconds. But to him, it felt like everything collapsed. His voice paused. His heart raced. His hands felt cold. He recovered quickly. Most people probably didn't even notice. But Daniel noticed. And that was enough. That night he sat alone and asked himself something he had never dared to ask. What if I'm not exceptional? The question frightened him. Because if he wasn't exceptional, who was he? A few days later, he visited his older brother. His brother lived simply. Modest job, small home, busy family life. Nothing impressive. Yet during dinner, Daniel noticed something unusual. His brother laughed easily. He joked about his own mistakes. He spoke openly about struggles. There was no pressure in him, no performance, just honesty. Later that night, Daniel asked quietly, "Don't you ever feel like you should be doing more?" His brother looked confused. "More than what?" "More than this," Daniel said. His brother smiled gently. "I used to feel that way," he replied. "Then I realized I was running a race that no one asked me to run." The words stayed with Daniel. On the drive home, he thought about his life. He had built everything around avoiding imperfection. He avoided risks unless success was guaranteed. He avoided vulnerability. He avoided admitting confusion. He avoided asking for help. He avoided being human. Because in his mind, human meant flawed, and flawed meant unworthy. But was that true? The next week at work, something small happened. A new system was introduced. Daniel didn't fully understand it. Normally, he would pretend. He would figure it out quietly. But this time, he raised his hand. "I don't understand this part," he admitted. The room was silent for a moment. Then someone else said, "Honestly, I was confused too." Then another voice agreed. Suddenly, the tension disappeared. No one judged him. No one mocked him. Instead, the conversation became clearer. Daniel returned to his seat, feeling something unfamiliar. Relief. For years, he believed imperfection would expose him. Instead, it connected him. Slowly, he began noticing something important. The people he respected most were not flawless. They were honest. They admitted mistakes. They laughed at themselves. They learned publicly. Perfection had made him rigid. Acceptance made him flexible. And flexibility is strength. He started changing small habits. When he failed, he said, "I'll improve." When someone else succeeded, he said, "Their success is not my loss." When insecurity appeared, he asked himself, "Who told you that you must be perfect to matter?" There was never an answer, because no one had. He had created the rule, and he had been punishing himself for breaking it. Nobody is perfect. Not the confident speaker, not the successful entrepreneur, not the person who seems fearless, not the one who looks like they have it all figured out. Everyone doubts themselves. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone feels behind sometimes. Perfection is a mask, and masks are heavy. Daniel spent years polishing himself into something flawless. But life isn't meant to be polished. It's meant to be lived. With awkward moments, with missed chances, with growth, with learning. He didn't stop working hard. He stopped measuring his worth through comparison. He stopped running races with no finish line. He stopped punishing himself for being human. And in that imperfect, honest space, he found peace. Not because he became perfect, but because he stopped trying to be. And maybe that's the truth we all need to hear. Nobody is perfect in life, and that's not a weakness. It's what makes us real.